Yeah, we're going to fire up the 90s at noon. I've got Art in studio with me. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
Yeah, wrangled you. It's great to see you.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. Yeah, one of the favorite bands of the 90s, no doubt, hands down, Everclear.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and today, founding member, singer, songwriter, guitarist, and all-around badass. Really glad you could join me.
I like that. All around.
You like
badass.
that?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You have a show tonight.
We do.
The Regent Theater.
Yeah. Last I heard, there was 4 tickets left.
That's it?
So, yeah.
Yeah, you got to snag those now.
Yeah. Go buy those tickets now.
You're celebrating 25 years
Absolutely.
of songs from an American movie. Mm-hmm. Going to hear a lot of that.
That was our 4th album. That was the album that had Wonderful and AM Radio.
Mm-hmm. So when you're about to hit the stage, lights go down, fans go nuts.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind now? I mean, you've done plenty of gigs in your time, so today.
That's the feeling. That's the time of the day that all the travel, all the trouble, all the stuff you got to put up with, bad food, being away from your family, that's the moment that's the buzz, right?
Yeah.
That's the buzz.
Yeah.
That's what you want. And when that light goes down, I hear the crowd, and I hear them chanting Everclear, and the intro starts that we're supposed to walk on. I've learned how to take those butterflies because I still get nervous.
Right.
But I've learned how to take that, and every step I walk towards the mic, I turn it into energy. So by the time I hit the mic, I'm a different person. I'm not a different persona. I'm my stage persona.
Use it to light a fire under your butt. I love that.
I turn it into jet fuel.
You actually, you handed me some songs. You got some requests in here for the 90s at noon.
Well, I was asked, so yeah, I put some in. Sure.
So Everclear, Father of Mine, one of your, is that one of your favorites to play?
You know, it is fun to play because it makes grown men cry, and that's always fun.
It makes...
Yeah, I'm sure you can agree with me.
It sure does.
It's fun to make grown men cry.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's get it on. It's KROQ 106.7 KROQ. I'm Marcy. I'm hanging out with Art. This is exciting today.
We're doing it old school.
We are. I can't see a thing. My computer just went black. So, yeah, hey, this is going to be... let's just roll.
We got guys coming in here just rappelling in from the ceiling. It's exciting.
Here we go. I think we're good now. Art from Everclear is hanging out with me in studio today. KROQ 90s at noon. Thanks for joining me.
And we're listening to one of my songs really loud.
We are. I can't see anything. I'm blind.
No, you're not. You look great.
As do you.
I can see your eyes. Thanks.
I like your glasses.
Thank you. I like your glasses too.
Kind of twinning. Yeah. You're an LA native.
I am. Santa Monica. Hence the song.
Paramount Plus just released a docuseries about the Sunset Strip craze.
Yeah.
70s, 80s. Were you a Sunset
Absolutely.
rat, or did you avoid it?
I know. I mean, you know, I lived in Santa Monica, and growing up in the 70s, and especially I started getting interested in punk rock and stuff like that. I'd have to take buses, like 4 or 5 buses, to get all the way up to like go to Tower Records up on Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
And go to shows when they had all ages shows. There was a club. There was all sorts of clubs around, but you know, it was. I tried to spend as much time up there because it was exciting.
Oh yeah, there was a lot going on. Oh hell
and
yeah.
Girls.
So girls, I mean, why did you get into this? Why were you writing songs? Was it for the nightlife? Was it for the chicks, or was it for? Because you've got some pretty intense, deep, profound songs.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Every boy that's picked up a guitar has done it partly because of girls. Because they're never going to be the football players. They're never going to be the, I was never going to be the head of the, the high school, whatever, popular kids. That wasn't us. When I was playing guitar, I remember I'd play like 3 chords from like Led Zeppelin, and girls would just, back in the day in high school, start shedding clothes. And I'm like, okay.
Panty dropper.
But as time went on, I had to figure out, it wasn't about that for me. It was more about emoting and expressing myself But it all starts with boy-girl stuff.
Yeah, it does. I appreciate the honesty there. Yeah.
Everything does.
It really does. All right, let's jump into your next request. You wanted Marcy Playground. Funny, you're hanging on Marcy's Playground right now.
Well, absolutely. We've toured with them many times since 1998, and they're on tour with us right now. They're direct support right in front of us, and they're just killing it.
Yeah, Sex and Candy, let's get to it. It is KROQ. That's why the 90s at Noon are so great. You get stuff like that. Bad Religion, Infected.
I love that song.
I do too.
My 16-year-old loves that song.
It's a world famous KROQ, KROQ. I'm hanging out with Art of Everclear. I'm so glad you could make it in today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being my co-host today.
Every time I'm in LA and I listen to KROQ, and I always look forward to 90s on Noon. And I often hear my own voice coming at me.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Everclear was formed in the 90s. The band is still relevant. The music stands up. Great music. And there's a lot of bands, have you noticed right now, 90s bands that are kind of making a resurgence, a lot of success?
Well, we're having a lot of success, and I think it's in due part to that. You know what's really interesting? I'd say about 25% of our fans these days since COVID are late teens to late 20s. A lot of these kids weren't even born when these songs were first on the radio. Right?
Yeah.
And I talked to them, and some of them are legacy, like their parents or their uncles or family turned them on to Everclear or 90s. But the majority of them are kids who have been just frustrated with modern music, wanted rock and roll, and went to the 90s. They believed the 90s was the last vestige of real rock and roll. And they, a lot of kids glom onto Everclear.
Yeah.
And so they're in the crowd, they're smiling, they're singing all the words, not just the hits, deep. These kids go deep.
And then you throw Father of Mine on, and everybody's crying.
Yeah, well, not the kids. The old, because these kids all have parents that are cool, and they come from blended families, and it's a different thing. It's the Gen X, it's the Gen X people. Like the big burly guys with tattoos that are in their 40s and 50s. They're sitting up there looking like they're all cool. I start playing Father of Mine, and these guys just melt like a cake left out in the rain.
Keep the tissue close. You look and sound great today. I mean, you could go another 30 years, right?
No.
With everything. Yeah, no. But hypothetically, I mean, let's say tonight is your last gig ever. You're going to retire. You're going to run for president.
No.
What would be your final encore song tonight, and why?
Santa Monica.
Nice.
Yeah, that started it all for us. It's the song that when I go into those opening chords, people just like whatever they were doing before, just their head snaps around. And it's one of those songs like the opening, not on the same level, but in the same way of like the opening for the opening chords of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Art from Everclear is hanging with me in the studio right now. Let's jump in with your next request.
Okay.
Would you like to do some yoga while we throw some rage on?
some angry rage.
Yeah, let's
rage yoga.
The Bulls on Parade. Smells Like My Teenage Deodorant, Nirvana. That was on your. That was one of your songs.
That was my pick.
Yeah.
And there was method to my madness, Marcy.
Yeah.
That song started it all for everybody, for the whole alternative movement.
Yeah.
Remember, I mean, like before Nirvana hit, the big bands at rock radio were like hair metal bands and butt rock bands.
Yep.
And all the alternative bands were like pale-looking English bands. And then grunge hit, Nirvana hit, and Pearl Jam just to open it up for rock and roll, American rock and roll.
That's where it really evolved. Art from Everclear is here with me on KROQ. The band's hitting the road to celebrate 25 years of the album Songs from an American Movie. You can catch the show tonight. You said there were, what, four tickets left?
If even, yeah. It's us, Marcy Playground, who we played earlier as well, and Jimmy's Chicken Shack, a very cool band from the 90s that had a couple of minor hits, and they're great live. And so it's just been fun. We're about 5. This is going to be our 5th show in, and we've sold out 4 or 5 shows. And we're just having a blast. I'm
so glad. 25, 30 years. I mean, it's a long time for a band to remain relevant. And
I like to think we're relevant, but more importantly, we're still a good rock and roll band. I mean, if you like 90s alternative, please try to come out and buy one of those last 4 tickets.
You got to pounce on those. I do have a pair to give away too, and
There
we'll
you
do
go.
that coming up here shortly.
Awesome.
So you can go celebrate with Everclear. All right, it's the world famous KROQ. It's the world famous KROQ, KROQ. I'm Marcy in for Nicole Alvarez and hanging out with Art from Everclear. How's it going?
It's going well. It's wonderful being here with you.
It's great having you in. It's been a real pleasure. Thanks for hanging with me for the hour.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks
Yeah.
for playing my songs.
Of
This is
course.
fun.
We do it often.
Talking about the show. Big show tonight at the Regent Theater.
Yeah. And I know you've got this show. You got to go get ready for this show. So
I do.
yeah, let's do this. I wanted to do a quick lightning round with you before you're out of here, okay?
Let me see if I can if I can stay awake.
Okay. We'll make it quick. Here we go.
Okay.
Should Everclear be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't know. That's a good question. A lot of bands that should be haven't been inducted yet, and I think they should be. Thin Lizzy should be. You know, there's so many bands that were so important to me growing up. I think they should be in, but should we be in? Would I like to be in? That's a better question.
Would you like to be? Okay.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I mean, this is what I've done my whole life. Everybody wants to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Have you ever ridden the Ferris wheel on the Santa Monica Pier?
I have many, many times.
Are crushed red pepper flakes super awesome, or are they just awesome?
They're super awesome, especially when they're freshly ground.
I agree. Okay, song you like playing most live?
Santa Monica.
Song you least like playing live?
We're playing a song right now that's a song off Songs from American Movie Volume 1 that people have been asking for forever, and I've never wanted to play because it's one of those songs I've written. It was kind of fun, but it was just, it's not one of my favorite songs. It's called Unemployed Boyfriend, and people just love that song. So we're playing it for the first time ever, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. First thought that comes to mind, only because we were just talking about this off the air, when I say Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. The fact that Tommy is Greek, like me.
Yeah?
And a rocker, and one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
What's next for Everclear after the tour? New music? What's happening?
Well, we're not going to make albums. That's not really in the plan. We do a couple new songs every year. We did a song that went to radio last year called Sing Away and did really well. A song about teenage bullyism and suicide, and it really raised a lot of money and a lot of awareness, so that was fun to do. And we'll do a new song or two every year.
Thanks so much. This has been a real pleasure having you in today. Loved hanging with you. Great seeing you again.
Great to see you.